Welcome to the project. We have a dense, poetic Hindi documentary audio track about the wildlife of the Masai Mara. Our goal is to translate this complex foreign language audio into a clear, universally understood visual explainer. We will achieve this by following one strict rule. Every single core concept, animal action, and abstract metaphor spoken in the track must be paired with a deliberate visual cue on the canvas. Before opening the timeline, you need 3 specific tools. First, your animation software of choice. Second, the raw Hindi audio file. And third, vector wildlife assets. The primary failure point in this process is screen clutter. If we drop a literal graphic on screen for every single word without managing its timing, the layout will overwhelm the viewer's focus. Mastering this one-to-one translation method allows you to bridge language barriers. You can take a dense, esoteric audio track and make it completely understandable through structural motion. Step 1 is script mapping. Before we begin animating, we read through the written transcript to extract distinct nouns and abstract concepts. Take a look at this split screen. We isolate the phrase moth or zindagi, which translates to death and life. We tie those extracted words to specific assets, pairing a vector skull icon with death and a green plant sprout with life. Next, we build the foundational environment. We animate the biological gardeners of the landscape, placing the giraffe character reaching up to feed on the high canopy leaves. We add the elephant character. The script notes that elephants dig wells during the dry season, so we place the elephant digging into the dirt to establish the baseline physical environment. The transcript dictates that water, sun, and soil combine to grow the grass. We need literal visual translations for those 3 individual elements to prepare the sequence. This diagram shows the exact timeline layout needed. Notice how icons for the water drop, the sun, and the dirt slide together, transforming into a patch of green grass perfectly aligned with the peak of the audio waveform on the Hindi word for grass, ghas. Visually establishing the landscape and these environmental rules first provides necessary stability. The audience needs this grounding before we introduce the chaotic movement of predators. Right now, we build the predator sequence. The audio track describes distinct hunting styles for the lion and the hyena, and our visuals must clearly contrast them. To represent raw power, a bicep and lightning bolt icon appear next to the lion exactly when the speaker mentions strength and energy. Panning to the hyena, a sweat drop and clock icon pop up to illustrate the abstract tactic of tiring the prey out. To resolve the screen clutter issue we mentioned earlier, use an opacity keyframe technique. Set these abstract pop-up icons to fade out entirely after 2 seconds. We shift our focus to the Great Migration. Our goal here is to visually build the tension of the Mara River crossing scene. We use this reference photograph to verify our vector layout. We arrange the muddy waters, the hesitating prey, and the hidden crocodiles on our canvas exactly as they appear in the real world. The audio then shifts to cultural mythology, describing the Enkai gods. To represent this, use a color-splitting technique to transition the background canvas from a rain-giving blue to a drought-causing red. Pairing the physical, geographical hazards of the river with the color-coded mythology ensures the animation captures both the scientific reality and the cultural spirit of the documentary. Our final technical hurdle is creating a rapid-fire icon sequence. This literal, trait-by-trait visual translation will cover the closing Maasai proverb. Now, for the first half of the proverb, we pair the vector lion with a heart to represent courage, and the eagle with a magnifying glass to denote curiosity. For the second half, we match the rhino with a mountain to show perseverance, and the cheetah with broken chains to visualize freedom. To guarantee these rapid pop-ups hit their marks perfectly, look at this timeline view. Place audio markers precisely at the start of each animal's name. During playback, the animal and trait icons flash sequentially in perfect synchronization with the audio. Tight, marker-driven audio synchronization takes a passive list of philosophical traits and turns it into a rhythmic visual payoff that holds viewer retention. We must clear the user interface workspace entirely. It is time to review the playback of the fully rendered explainer sequence. This is the outcome. We have a perfect harmony of vector animals, pop-up icons, and translated concepts. We achieved this through a strict 3-step workflow: script mapping the nouns, executing literal icon translations, and locking it together with precise timeline audio syncing. Applying this structured one-to-one visual translation framework gives you the power to take any dense informational audio file and render it into a universally accessible video.